Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode on the YouTube channel. In today's episode, it's episode number 24 of the Wrexham save that we are currently doing, and we are in the Premier League in Season 4. That means we have gone back to back promotions. If you want to check out how we did that in the Championship, go watch the last few episodes. It was a little bit of drama, all tied in to the last couple of bits of episodes, and definitely go and check that out. Give this episode a like, to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I've decided not to do a short video for the top transfers because so much has gone on in this window that I feel we need to just discuss everything in one big video. So what we're going to do without any further ado is we're going to look at where we're predicted to finish, preview the Everton game and how important it is, and then discuss the fact that because of our low reputation, we can't really sign anyone of good quality to come in and impact the team. So we're going to start there first. As much as we've gone back to back promotions, the reputation of Wrexham is only 3-star on FM. I really think if this happened in real life, Wrexham would just be like one of the clubs, the destination clubs. You know, beautiful Welsh town. Got the next Netflix documentary, and because of that and famous owners, I feel like a lot of players would want to go and play for Wrexham, or worth their salt. And I know they could chase maybe a bit of money. Not something that's happening on FM. It is what it is. Arthur, I have to speak about him quickly as well. Worth 47 to 52 mil. Great. I've actually rejected 56 mil from Middlesbrough in the Championship for him. He, by all accounts, at 24 years of age, even though I bought him for 31k and it would be great profit, I think we'll end up developing into a guy that plays for England. So if that's the case, I'm not selling him. In terms of what we have done, though, is we've gone through with a fine-tooth comb and gone exactly what we need to do to bring players in and players out. First things first is we did sell Ollie Palmer. I'm going to start with a sad news. Ollie wanted to go after not playing too much. We sold him for 90k. We wish Ollie all the very best. Obviously a big staple for them in real life. I will say right now, Mullen and Elliot Lee are still both here, and one of them will start and one of them will be on the bench this time around. Now, let's go through the players we've signed. We're going to just go in order. When we finished our episode last season, I started my scouting last night and today. I said we needed a centre-back, a left-back, a central midfielder, and probably a striker. I haven't been able to find all those players, but the centre-back we definitely did. It was the first signing we made. Yuchi Ariga is a player that will develop into a monster. He is physically a very quick player that loves to play as a covering centre-back, and he has got very good ability in and around that as well. Very good mentals and very good technicals. He comes in for the measly fee of 4.9 mil from Hiroshima on his release fee. And if we do get relegated, which we are favourites to, I'll show you that once we go through this, 10 mil relegation release fee, that would be 6 mil, 5 mil worth of profit. It also has a minimum release fee of 16.5 mil. Yet again, hopefully he doesn't have a great 6 months with flying and then someone triggers that. But he's a fantastic footballer and someone that I'll look at and go, yeah, you are very, 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 very good. With that being said as well, we then found Alan Wood. Middlesbrough got relegated. That's why they have some parachute payments and come after my keeper. But they had this guy called Alan Wood there. Alan Wood is someone that's genned out at Middlesbrough and had a 2.3 mil relegation release fee. I don't need a striker. I've got, obviously, Josh Herman, Tyler Owen. Well, Alan Wood joins the ranks. Just good determination, well-rounded physicals, natural dribbling, finishing, passing, and technique means he could also play in the 10. 2.3 mil. You'll see Alan Wood play some games off the bench. Because Dewberry's not starting this season, which I know is a bit of a shock to maybe you guys listening into this video because of how important Dewberry's been, I've decided not to go with Alan Wood on the bench for today because it allows for Dewberry to be on the bench. Or when our first training side is available. Carter's someone for the future. I also want to point out that our under-18s and our under-21s are in League 3 of, the top flights of English's football. So there's a third tier, which is not great, a second tier, and a first tier, which is obviously the best tier where the Man Cities and Liverpools all play, and the 21s, the 18s, etc. Both our teams in the third tier. Now, Carter got released by Man City on that, youth contract. They didn't want to tie him down. 6'4", we play with a target forward in our system. Has got the potential to become a Premier League footballer. So I've decided to loan him in, and the whole idea is to loan him in. Hopefully, he physically just dominates the third division of under-18s football and fires my under-18s into the top flight. I've just seen they've moved him to the 21s, moving back to the 18s. Savolo we did not need. We did not need a 10. But when someone looks this good, you buy him. 2-star, 5-star ability, More importantly, 20 determination, 19 flair, and has got great jumping reach and natural fitness. 6'4". Because of how driven he is, I expect him to develop like a monster, which he already has done. I think Savolo could turn into one of the best 10s in world football. So for 3.4 mil, to take him from Brazil, to bring him here and he gets a work permit, was a no-brainer. Yet again, he's not someone that I'm particularly looking for now to keep us in the Prem, but he's someone that with, at 7.75 mil release fee is maybe someone that may go if we get released, maybe not. I'm hoping he's one of the guys that if we look like getting relegated, I could maybe tie him down to a longer term deal and improve that relegation release fee, because I'm trying to what I'm doing with Alan Wood, Carter, Savolo, more importantly, maybe not Aguirre, because I feel like we'll just lose him no matter if we get relegated, is if I do go down, those guys there will actually come into the first team. We sell a little bit of the deadwood, and as long as the game keeps me in charge, which our goal this season is to just attempt to fight relegation, so it means if you do get relegated, unless you're dead bottom and very far off the pace, you generally will keep your job. I'm trying to get these guys here, like the Alan Woods, the Carters, the Savolos, to really be in and around the first team if we get relegated. If we don't, they're just good players to have around the football club. With that too, that brings us into the players that we have got here. Now, in terms of on the sales, Stephen Azadi went to Bromby for 8 mil. I think that's very good money. Emerson went for 1.7 mil to Bolton. Good on you, mate. Elise went for 1 mil. That's not bad as well. And we did loan out Maldini Kukuri to Reading. He also had an opportunity to go to Bordeaux or Alves. He decided to go to Reading. Will be one of their best players there. Hopefully, if he develops, he could come back as a very good fourth choice centre back for us, Maldini Kukuri. So we'll keep an eye on that. Diop also got loaned out there to Amiria Binfield. I just think because he's so technically raw, he needs first team football. We'll sacrifice him becoming homegrown for him to actually develop and maybe become a sellable asset or become very, very good. You guys all knew Consul was coming in for 3.4 million. He has that potential to become a very good centre-back here in the Premier League. If you look at that sort of potential, it's a decent Premier League to a good Premier League sort of potential. If he hits it, fantastic. If he doesn't, sellable asset. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Also, relegation release fee, non-existent. So if I do get relegated, we get a very good centre-back for the next level, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I'm going to touch on Mariba last because everybody knows about Mariba. We needed a left back. We couldn't find one that wanted to come in to improve our team. So Lance Foster's going to start. We signed Audrey Hullex in from Genk, an 18-year-old, little bit of a wonder kid, very good mentals, decent physicals. Expect to see this guy play and do well. And if we get relegated, him and Lyons Foster will probably switch minutes. He has got a relegation release fee of 10 mil. But yet again, if someone really gave me 10 mil for this kid, I would probably be a little bit upset, but I could understand it. We also, to allow Maldini Kukuri to go out, we needed a backup centre-back. Now, I said I wanted a big centre-back, and we got Aguirre in. Nathaniel Phillips, because he's been in and around the Premier League a little bit longer. Obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan, as you can see up there. I have a lot of good ties to Nathaniel Phillips for what he's done for us in this season here. Played at Brighton for a couple games, Celtic a couple games. He's the sort of guy that I look at it and go, you're good. I don't know why the game thinks you're still a very good Premier League centre-back. But for me, as your third choice centre-back, he fits all the boxes. Like, if Conser got injured, perfect. Nathaniel Phillips comes in. If Aguirre got injured, perfect. Nathaniel Phillips comes in. And it means that you take the pressure of Jared Cunnington, who, by the way, is worth 94 million. We bought him for 190k. The ability to develop and play in those weaker games and not be thrusted into the first team like when we sold him Bucke last year. So those are the signings, apart from one guy who could be special, and that is Mariba. Mariba was released by Leipzig. He didn't get a big bid from any big clubs. All the clubs are in and around the championship, and the main reason is that the game reckons Mariba. That is correct. Mariba is a League One player. I've never seen that in my life. He's never, ever, ever a League One player. Mate, this guy could sit on his bum and only read the newspaper for the next 2 years. He would still be a better player than anyone playing in League One. This kid in real life is a baller. I've used him with Mess in FM20, and we loved him there. So to get another guy, to get Mariba in and use him, he's one of my favourite players to use on FM. He has the potential to become a very good Premier League player. Like a good Premier League player. If he hits his potential, we have got a player that is going to be outrageous. In terms of his contract, we do have a relegation release fee for 22 mil, but yet again, if we do get relegated and someone buys him for 22 mil, that is very good profit yet again. So, Mariba came in as well. That's the team. That means on paper, that's what it looks like in the 4-1-2-1-2. It would be that team there. Seri unfortunately got injured in the last game of pre-season, so he's going to miss today, which means Alan Wood will make the bench. But if we look at pre-season, bit of interesting. We drew 0-0 to Johnston in a game we dominated, won against two teams that we should win against, lost the Rangers in a close game at the racecourse against a team that will be in Europe this year. So a little bit of, it's at the racecourse, maybe we should beat Rangers, but at the same time, Rangers are a good side, would probably stay up if they were in the Premier League, you would imagine Rangers would. So that's a good hallmark. And we lost to Fiorentina 1-0 at home as well. Fiorentina are a very, 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 very established Premier League Serie A side. I do look at the stats then, we did struggle again. We then played Boston 3 days later because I wanted to give us a win going into Everton. And we won 7-0 against a Vanarama side. So a little bit of stat padding there. What that means is that I think from what we're going to see is we're going to be a team that's going to struggle going forward and might struggle at the back. But games like Everton are going to be massive for us this season. Everton finished 16th last year and are predicted to finish 14th in the league this year. This is a 6-pointer straight off the gate. Unlike most years when I get to the Premier League on FM, I go bunter, I go scouting everywhere, I go and try and sign 12 to 15 players that are going to hallmark the squad and change it. In this save here, because I want to give the Mullins, I want to give the Series, I want to give Elliot Lee, I want to give these guys a shot, I'm really risking getting relegated, but I really think that even if we did, I think the board would keep me anyway. So with that being said, I'm going to risk that too. Do I think we'll go down? I don't, because I think we can beat Leicester, Stoke, Fulham, Forest, Everton and Wolves at home and throw in a couple of good away performances, throw in that occasional game against Bournemouth or the Newcastles or whatever that we beat at home out of nowhere, because we generally do that, we might survive. We're predicted to come dead bottom. Again, the game predicts that as our best lineup. They do predict Dewberry Hall in there, but look, Dewberry Hall's not going to play. Your first game of the season is going to be for a team as followed. Arthur and Net, who's our best player, will live and die by his performances. Ashby, Conser, Origa on his debut. Lyons Foster plays yet again, even though I don't think he's at the level. Josh Lorient is here at defensive midfield, and I've got a defensive midfield to show you that's joining in Jan. Coventry, Mariba. Lacelso's come back in. He's looked good in pre-season. Back from that broken ankle. Has done a full pre-season in the 10. Has taken Dewberry out the team. Mullen will start to see what he can do in the Premier League before we probably look to go on and make that as a change down the track. Mullen gets phased out the team. And Amari Benjamin's a good enough player to be playing in the Prem, as a third, fourth choice striker. Your bench is there as followed, which is Hay, Cunnington, Phillips, Hallux, Goody Arby, the new centre defensive midfielder who, if you have not seen me sign him last year, he's finally joined and got 5-star potential. O'Connor, Elliot Lee, Dewberry and Allen. Savolo does not make the bench, but what I would say with Savolo is Dewberry and Lacelso both injury prone. There's going to be time Savolo will probably start in the Premier League this year. Lucky last, on the in, we've got a guy that joins us in January the 1st when he turns 18. Isso Kuliabi, look how good he is. He's 17 years of age. He's got 5-star potential if the game wants to show you. Apparently not. He does have 5-star potential. As you can see here, 3.5 star from our last scout. Don't know why that's gone away. Very good. 5'9", mentally very solid, very well-rounded. He chose us over a whole heap of clubs around Europe, including AC Milan and stuff, because we said we're going to play him as an important player. So when push comes to shove, Josh will be out the team and he will be in. All right, that's all said and done. Give the episode a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get into Everton Football Club. Squad number has to be given to one player. 25 is the backup left back. Let's get into it at the racecourse here. Let's go and have a look who Sean Dyche has got in this Everton team still. Hopefully we win. Score prediction, here we are live on stream. As you can see here, we've had the boys in the chat. Let's see what we can do. Pickford, Patterson, Hughes, Branthwaite, Michaelenko, Garner, Onana, Wilson, Brian Gills on the left. I think Calvert-Lewin was up front. Interesting. Let's go out the racecourse. Us in the red, Everton in the blue. They might struggle to stay in the Premier League with their points production in real life, but they're a team that will be fighting with us for staying in the Prem this season. Would I take a draw on the opening day? Look, you get what you get and you take what you take, but I think this is the sort of game you put in your book as this is a must-win game at home if we're going to stay up this season. So this is a very good barometer of where we're going to sit. After 28 minutes, we've had 71% possession, but no highlight. Finally, we have one here for Branthwaite, Michaelenko, Brian Gill, Branthwaite, Garner. Out to Hughes. Inana. Wilson. Harry Wilson. Good footballer. Now, we have the ability to beat Premier League sides, but playing them week in, week out, we might find that difficult. Harry Wilson. Patterson. It's good build-up play here. Wilson. Oh, we're 1-0 down. That is a very well-worked goal. Midgenus scores, and we're 1-0 down. That is not good. That is not good. Play for some set pieces here. I will say we've kept 68% possession. We've conceded a one shot, one attack, one goal. Ashby gets injured. That's no good. Noah Hay at least has got very good potential, but hopefully that's not a long-term injury for Ashby because he's one of our most important players. Michaelenko. Laurent wins. Mullen doesn't win that one. Hay does well. Mullen. Connor Coventry. Amari Benjamin. Moriba on his debut. Driving down this left-hand side. That's what we want to see from Moriba. Getting forward. Lyons Foster. Moriba. They link up. Does well again. Top of the box. Connor Coventry. Hits one through Pickford. Pickford should do better, but we're not going to complain. It's a goal. It's 1-1. And right on half-time, we've pegged Everton back. As I said, I think we're going to struggle for goals this season, but if Moriba and Connor Coventry and co can chip in for goals this season, we're going to be happy. And in the end, that is not a great goal by any stretch of the means. Pickford should do a lot better. We don't care. Happy with the performance so far. Keep it up. Start the second half. I'm actually going to make the change here as well to go from that to pressing forward on attack. Just shows you that Amari Benjamin probably is good enough to start for us. I just prefer the system of a target forward. And so Seri will start. Time ticks away here. Been good. Moriba having to stink. He's actually been our best player during pre-season, Moriba. So, typical game of first game of the season. All of a sudden, players can't play. But anyway, Moriba. Arriga. Lyons Foster. Arriga. Laurent. This is what I want to see, though, this year. Still play our football. Still look to knock it around. Connor Coventry. Consa. Does well out to George Hay. George Hay or Noah Hay? One of the two. Lo Celso. Diggs. Oh, he's hit the post. Lo Celso a whisker away from a good goal. Unfortunate. Thinking about some changes here, but we'll wait for this highlight. Moriba. Driving run. Still going Moriba. In the end, easy save for Pickford. That was the highlight. I am going to make some changes here. Right, first change here. Lo Celso for Dewberry. And Elliot Lee is going to come in too. Benjamin looks dead, so we are going to get in Alan Wood. He's more of an advanced forward himself. So I'm actually going to go into a poacher. I'm going to actually move these two around. And we're going to give Nat Phillips his debut here for Aguirre. More as a central defender on defend, though, than on cover. We are going to leave one last change to time waste here because if it comes push on to the sub, I'll try and get a point. Laurent looks dead. So Goody Arby maybe warms up. Get his debut out the way here with the 85th minute. He's got a long throw, maybe not. Anyway, highlight here, Patterson. It's a good ball over the top towards Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson, in the end, he went for goal. If he cuts it to Calvert-Lewin, that's a goal and it's 2-1. I'll leave one last change now. Connor's actually going to come in here for Josh. Go with the experience. Oh, we've apparently made all 5 subs, have we? Okay, I thought we only made 4. Apologies. Is there a highlight late doors? There's not. Opening day, it's a point. Well, look, it's solid. When you look at the stats, we had more shots and 66% possession. If we play like that, we're going to win games of football. But I also would say that we played a side that we should be beating if we're going to stay up this season, and we didn't win. So take the positive and the negative that you want to take out of that. Where do you think I'll finish? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's go have a look how bad this Ashby injury is, because if this is long-term, I'm in trouble. But, yeah, let's go and have a look. 5 weeks, it's not the worst. It could be worse. Could be a lot worse. So, look, it is what it is. I'm happy with that. It's a solid start to the Prem. Our signings look decent. I'm hoping that by playing in the Premier League, we're going to turn over a profit this year as well. And if we stay up, we've finished 17th, 16th, 15th. It is a massive dub for the club. And I really think we might just be able to do it with the squad that we've got, with the camaraderie we've got, the dynamics, the good cause here, the cohesions here. I really think we might be all right. With that being said, though, guys, I'm going to see you guys next time. Thank you very much. Enjoy, and goodbye.